black men. Where black women is like black men don't care about. I've been seeing that a lot on the internet. Like when Trump got elected, they like black men don't care about black women at all. Like y'all really hate us and woo woo. Who you think that is, bro?
I hate you so much. I voted to keep a man out of your locker room.
Now. Yo, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Man, we had a crazy intro. Anyway, welcome back. Don't Fold Podcast. For real this time.
For real this time.
Look, bro, I'm gonna keep it 100. We had a whole, I'm talking about in the midst of chopping. I'm talking about, bro. Anyway, the guest today is my first relative that is blood to me that I've ever met in my entire life. This dude was an EMT in Cali, fire department, tech guru, like been through hell and back.
Yeah, dog.
I'm talking about like real talk, bro. It's my blood cousin, real life, my family, my dog Cole. Welcome to Don't Fold Podcast.
Happy to be here, man.
You know
Thanks for having me, big dog.
Yeah, this really like real life, bro. The situation, bro. Look, as y'all know, I'm adopted. Found my blood, my actual blood relatives. Found out I had sisters, brothers on my dad's side, sisters, brothers on my mom's side. And on my dad's side, so I meet him. This is how we meet. As you know, my son Hoops, my dog son Hoop. We go, shout out Takeoff. He show up. We chopping. I'd known him for like 6 to 8 months, for real.
It's been a minute. We have been on the team for
we have
almost
been
a
chopping.
year.
Yeah, for sure. We have been kicking it. I already just grown to like him as a person. Like, this is really my partner. Found out, like, I tell him, I'm like, yeah, bro, I found my biological people. My last name, Kindred. He like, oh, we family. I'm like, nah, black people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
That's my play, cuz.
Yeah, that's my, exactly. He my cousin. Real life, though, I call my little sister. We chopping. He pull up his Facebook, pull up her Facebook. They got like 9 mutual friends. I asked my little sister, you know who this is? She like, oh, yeah, that's our cousin. He like, that's my cousin.
Yes, sir.
This is my cousin. So everybody, welcome to the Don't Fold Podcast. My dog, Cole Kindred. Let me hit the for you. Welcome to the podcast.
Happy
bro.
to be here, man. Happy to be here.
Yeah,
It's been
straight
a long
up.
time coming, man. We've been talking about it for a minute. These wild schedules we got with kids and jobs and, professional life, you know what I mean?
It's wild.
Everybody got to eat. So,
Straight up.
we got to take care of other things first, but we here.
We here.
And
So
it's not going to be the last time.
at all, because we finna take y'all down a rabbit hole. Some of y'all gonna like it and some of y'all not. But
I'm just trying to make you think, man. Just open your mind.
it is what it is.
Just think.
Yeah, for sure.
Just listen.
So look, before we get into it, I ain't gonna hold you. We really had a crazy intro already, bro. We really did. Like, my dog was going. I fumbled the bag. I got some new equipment on the podcast to make sure it's elevated.
We was just warming up. That's what
we was warming up. So we're gonna run it back, G. Tell the people before we take them down this rabbit hole, because we got some stuff for y'all tonight. I'm telling you right now. Who you are, bro, where you from, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because as you know, on the Don't Fold podcast, I always bring y'all guests who's been through some adversity. I always bring y'all guests who have had something happen to them that was traumatic, where they could have folded, they could have gave up, they could have just let the traumatic situation buckle them. And my dog is not exempt from this. He's been through some wild stuff that, to see the man he is today, is just a testament to his character. So it's more than just him being my first blood relative that I've ever met in person. It's more than that. Like, this man stands on his own too, straight up. So give us a background of you, G. Where you from?
San Diego, born and raised. Moved to LA, went to school, went to fire academy, did the EMT thing out there while I was in the fire academy. Graduated. Got hired actually by a department. I ain't gonna say no names. And then my firstborn arrived. When he was born, we already knew there was gonna be some complications. He was born with a congenital heart defect called hypoplastic left heart syndrome. And so he was born with his whole left side of his heart was underdeveloped. And so he basically just had one ventricle, one aorta. Google it if y'all don't know what parts of the heart I'm talking about. But he only had half a heart basically. And so the doctor expected him to be stillborn. They didn't expect him to make it to his due date. And he was born strong, kicking and screaming. And then they rushed him off to emergency open heart surgery within 30 minutes of being born. Like, they didn't even wipe him down yet. Threw him right on the little rolly gurney thing and just took him off.
Yeah, got him out of there.
And so for like the next month, bro, I'm every day, all day, back and forth between her bedside, his bedside. He ended up having 2 more open heart surgeries from that initial one the day he was born. And so he was with us for a month. And then he ended up passing a month after he was born. Beat all odds, beat all expectations, fought the whole time, you know what I mean? Anything a dad could ever ask for.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, man, after that happened, you know, I had to really spend time, take care of myself, take care of my wife, you know, make sure we good.
Where were you at when that happened?
We just moved back to San Diego.
You was at the crib when it happened.
We had moved back. Me and Brandy had just moved out and got a place together. Or I just moved out of my parents' house after getting back from school, and then we got a place together. So yeah, we was back in San Diego, and then so after all that happened, I was just really on some like recovery, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so at that same time, I just got put on with the fire department, and so I'm like, bro, I don't want to not come home every day.
For
you
sure.
know what I mean? After going through that, like I just felt there were so many other ways to make money and still help people. But still be available to the people that matter the most to me.
This situation was second to you, because for y'all that don't know, out of high school, he was really one of the ones on the football field.
Yeah, I had a full ride. I was supposed to go UNLV, and ended up blowing out my ACL, MCL, PCL. Second
just
to last
take the
game.
whole knee out, bro.
Man,
just take
bang.
Get him some vibranium, G.
You know what I mean? Gone. But I got hit, hyperextended, tore 3 out of 4 ligaments, and then I broke a bone, my tibial plateau. I broke that in 3 places. Had a compression fracture, so I had to end up getting a cadaver bone instead of hardware because I was only 17. And so there was like if this cadaver bone don't take, then you don't get hardware.
Shit.
Yeah, bro. So I'm laid up in the hospital, in Children's Hospital, bro. Feet hanging off the bed, with a knee reconstruction damn near. You know what I mean? At 17
years old.
And so football was all I was about to do.
That's all you knew at that point.
I'm playing football. What you talking about?
So you come from being football star to then losing your firstborn, and now like 2 beautiful children. I love them like they my own because they really are my own for real. Like coaching. Like I said, tech guru. I was over here trying to figure out this new stuff for this podcast. He come in here I'm like, this ain't gonna work. He said, why not? I formatted it, it worked. So I'm like,
he already had it plugged in though. He just had to be patient. He was about to probably unplug it and plug it back in. That's probably why it ain't work. He's been snatching it out.
Bro, 3 times already. Like
it can never do what it needed to do. You just gotta be patient for a second.
For sure. But look, man. So I know, like, look. This is post-election. We gonna jump. We just gonna go there, bro.
We here.
This is post-election. Listen to me. I don't know who you voted for, and to be honest with you, I don't really care. But you got to pay attention to what's going on. And me and my cousin have a lot of conversations about this. A lot of conversations, especially you black community. Yeah, we talking to y'all right now. Like,
stop watching the news.
Uh-oh. Because hey. Because this is what I had to understand. You know, y'all know I was in the military. You know, I served Operation Enduring Freedom in 2015. I saw stuff that I was like,
this is interesting.
COVID came around, and I don't know where y'all stand on this, but I'm gonna just be 100 with you. In my house, we don't vaccinate.
I was working in the hospital during the time, boy. I didn't get vaccinated.
Listen, we don't. Let me tell you something. My son was born in 2011. And I lied. My son was born in 2012. My fault. I left to the military 2013, Q1 2013. It was February. Told my wife, like, I don't really know because I just wasn't educated on them. And I'm not the type of person that if you tell me that the water is hot, I feel like I got to go see myself. That's just me, though.
Hardhead.
You know what I'm saying? I'm hard-headed. So I'm like, hey, bro, I don't really know too much about these vaccines like that. Don't vaccinate my son for real. Woo. She vaccinates my son, bro. Zion get RSV. He in the hospital fighting for his life while I'm in basic training. I love my wife because she didn't tell me till I graduated. Because had she told me while I was in, I'd have lost it. You know what I'm saying? Thank God Zion made it out. He is who he is today. But ever since that day, I said we done. We not doing it. I'm cool. We going herbal. We doing vitamins. We working out. We eating healthy. We gonna get it done.
Absolutely.
All the way up to the point of 2020 where they telling us we need to get this vaccine, bro. And they telling us that we need to, if we don't get it, you
gonna die.
We gonna die, and we gonna do all this and this. The cool thing about what's happened recently though is you starting to see that the media is losing its power, bro. Quickly. It really is, because a lot of stuff that people were saying was conspiracy started coming true. So is it a conspiracy if it's true?
Nah, we might have just been ahead of our time. You know what I mean?
I'm going to just hit the little air horn for you real quick, because this is what I think, G. I think what it felt like was a test run.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm thinking, bro. I'm thinking it was a test run.
How much nonsense can we say and these people still believe me?
Because even we finna piss them off, bro.
Everybody right now that has a can of Lysol, go in your house and grab that can of Lysol, because I know it's probably old, right? Look on the back. Coronaviruses are on there. None of this is new. And then if you look at some numbers, right? What happened to the flu during COVID? Where'd it go? They said it was because of the masking, right?
Uh-oh.
But if the mask worked, why did everybody catch COVID?
We was at Olive Garden. I wasn't there. We had to do these like little rapid COVID tests or whatever. I don't got it. Morgan don't got it. Whatever. And this is around the time where it was like, you got a really bad cough, high fever. Ooh, they telling, you know what I'm saying? So they at Olive Garden. Elijah, my oldest, they all out. Elijah get a text. He like, I guess I got COVID. He like, oh, well, I guess we should go home then.
Right.
But not one time was he, bro. And we was around when it was supposed to be as contagious it was supposed to be. He everywhere, bro. He around his homies. He calling his friends like, yo, I got COVID. Just want to let you know. No, nobody got it.
Bro, during that time, peak COVID, right? I'm working at the hospital, biggest hospital in the state of Arizona. On the news every night, it's freezer morgues outside. We need extra space for dead body. All the stuff that they were saying, right? I'm going to work. It's ghost town. Nobody in there. It's empty. Like, nobody but emergency people and COVID patients.
Ain't no dead bodies in the middle of the street.
I didn't see none. Or they cleaned them up real fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it wasn't there, but I didn't see it. But they had to move real fast because, bruh, they was not around.
I was researching the other day about, and this is off of that COVID topic because this ain't even the rabbit hole we finna go down yet.
We probably gonna get canceled quick.
Yeah, we probably gonna get canceled, but it's okay. It's okay.
Let's put on X.
Yeah. Hey, so anyway, so I had a conversation with Steven, and he telling me about the central bank.
Yeah.
Right? And he like, you notice that all the, like, in 2000, I think it was like, look this up. How many countries had the central bank in 2000? Because I want to say he said it was like 7 of them. And it was a theme to this. It was like, I'm gonna wait until he pull this up. Really, for this episode, I'm gonna be honest. While my cousin looked this up, this is an episode where I want you to think. An episode where I want you to really feel like if it's a conspiracy, like, look into it, because as we start to see right now, not everything that they tell us is necessarily true. You know what I mean? And this ain't just for black folk. This for white folk, Asian folk, Mexican folk, Indian folk. This for anybody that live in America for real. I just want you to think. I'm not saying we right, and I'm not saying we wrong. We just want you to think straight up.
Just saying. That's all. We just saying.
That's it, bro. How many?
In 2000, there were 10 countries with a central bank.
What countries are they?
Let's see. It's part of the G20.
Listen to this theme. Other countries, bro.
They got this thing looking weird on here.
Oh, they got it all like.
They got laid out now.
Yeah, man, listen.
We'll get back to it. When I'll pull it up. I'll let you know.
And so the central bank is owned by the Rothschilds family, for you guys that don't know. So the Rothschilds family is probably, I'd argue, the most powerful family in the world. Unless you know another last name that's over that.
See, the ones that are the most powerful, nobody knows their name for a reason.
Excuse me. But they top 10.
They up there, though.
They top 10 for sure. Look, shout out to my boy G. He in Florida. G used to talk about this when we was in the military forever ago. And I would be like, man, look, G, I ain't trying to hear all this. Until it started coming to my doorstep, brother. Until it started coming to my doorstep. And I was like, yo, I don't know if I necessarily like. I feel like I'm to the point now with everything where it's like if I hear it, I'm like, especially with all them books that you've had me read.
Y'all just take it all. I just take everything with a grain of salt.
You have to take it all with a grain of salt.
No matter which side it come from, which quote unquote trusted source it come from, or wild person that you may think is just batshit lost their mind.
Yeah.
Working in mental health.
Yeah.
I've learned to always at least listen.
Yeah.
Because you never know when that person that's schizophrenic and losing their shit is actually, it's them that's trying to talk to you right now. So I've always learned to just listen and then do with the information what you will.
Right.
But don't just shut it out because that might be the one.
Because even like going back to the COVID thing, like when Dr. Fauci came out and was saying like he was wrong about the shot.
He said it quietly too. I was wrong. But they was beating everybody over the head. You better get it.
I almost lost my job, bro.
Bro, me too. I had to get a religious health exemption.
Me too.
Bro, the craziest thing, right? So I'm working at the hospital. I was a COVID sitter in the height of it, sitting next to somebody on a ventilator. On my lunch break, I go to the same cafeteria as everybody else in the rest of the hospital. If it's so deadly, why are we all getting burgers and fries next to each other? They came from a regular... Not sure. The COVID unit, right?
As contagious as they was making it sound, if I would have touched the same pencil you touched, I should have got it.
Right.
Straight up.
Bro, we had an outbreak on our unit. We had to get tested.
Yep.
I tested positive. So I got 10 days off of work. But I was like, so do I have to test negative to return? Oh, nah, you don't. You just got to sit out. But what if I still got it?
Right.
Because y'all was saying it's so deadly.
Yep.
A lot of things just didn't make sense to me, and people couldn't answer my questions, and that's what always made me look deeper.
Man, hold on. See, I think. Okay, the question is, what countries didn't have central banking?
Oh, didn't? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I messed that up. Yeah, I had to go relook at it how I was looking at it. But yeah, bro,
it's everybody that we invaded. I can tell you that one right now.
But I want you to say it out loud, though.
I can tell you.
Bro,
pull up a map
I
in the Middle East.
seen this, G.
They had a video of them telling you the people that they was finna invade.
Bro, just read the list for me, big dog. Just read that list so the people can hear. These are so in 2000, I think it was like 10 countries that didn't have it, right? Did not have central banking. I said this wrong. Steven, why you ain't correct me, bro? I know you watching this. You should have corrected me. And I'm like, and in 2003, it was less, significantly.
It got different.
I'm like, let me see if I can find it. I know you looking for it. We gonna double dip it right now.
I just want a nice, clean list. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. Because they gonna give you, they gonna make it hard to find.
So then we could post it on the link later on. Just hand it to the people.
Straight up. And so, look, US Today said it's a fact check. They not even gonna let me have it. And they making it super hard to find. Man, you know what? We finna find this for y'all. We on a manhunt.
Y'all gonna learn Google's not.
So look, They said, hold on, I want all the countries.
Mm-hmm.
They making it hard, boy. They see
Putting everything behind the paywall now.
Pakistan, Iran, North Korea,
Libya,
Libya,
Afghanistan,
Monaco, Afghanistan.
You already said Iraq.
I think I already said Iraq. That was in 2000, ladies and gentlemen. In 2003, it was like North Korea.
Yeah, Iraq they laid down. They got on board.
So the purpose behind this right now is I'm trying to let y'all know, like, it's very interesting to me where it feels like there's a power lackage. There's a leak in the boat in a position of power, and we tend to find our way back to that position of power to conquer it.
Got to, because people that have power don't just give it up. So they'll burn it all down before they watch somebody else have power. If I can't have it, can't nobody have it.
Which brings me to this beautiful election that we just had.
Yeah, let's not forget BRICS. We'll get to them later, though.
BRICS
nations, BRICS payment system, getting ready to upseat the U.S. dollar.
Are you talking about the thing that Putin had?
Yeah, Brazil, Russia, India, China.
What's the deal with that?
So it's a group of countries that have come together because America uses this dollar as a weapon. So when we don't like what somebody does, we put sanctions on them so they can't do business in U.S. dollars, right? These countries got together. They got tired of it because we done done into so many people that they was like, well, we'll do our own thing outside of that. So we've now effectively sanctioned ourselves by sanctioning everybody. They all just got together and just moved us aside.
Really?
And so now, you heard of the petrodollar, right?
No.
Where like Saudi Arabia, they basically, the dollar is the world's reserve currency because they sell oil in dollars. They're not doing that no more. They didn't renew that.
Really?
And so now they're going to allow countries to purchase oil and other commodities in their own currency or another currency other than the U.S. dollar.
And that's taking place right now.
They're working on it, yes.
When that happens, what does that look like for America?
Get down and lay down.
Really? That sounds like a one world currency to me.
Yeah, so right now we live in a unipolar world, right? America's the top dog.
For sure.
Russia, China, Brazil, all these other countries, they want a multipolar world where everybody kind of does their own and don't got to answer to America. And so we're trying to hold on to that. And
imagine if Kamala would have got elected, bro. What do you think would have happened?
We would probably be unburdened by what has been.
Did y'all hear what he just said? Why that sound like some C.S. Lewis? Some C.S. Lewis quote in a book on chapter 9.
That's the Kamala Harris special, boy. Be unburdened by what has been.
You was supposed to vote for her because you black, bro.
Man, that's what they told me. They also, Joe Biden, Uncle JoJo, that's what I call him.
Uncle JoJo.
He also told me if I don't vote for him or if I don't know if I'm going to vote for him, I'm not black.
This is the crazy thing about that.
I ain't been black for a minute, according to these folks.
This is the thing that I don't feel like a lot of people understand. You know, but I'm going to explain it. President Lyndon Johnson in 1964, ladies and gentlemen, was the leader, trailblazer of the Great Society and the War on Poverty. This created organizations, Job Corps, Peace Corps, you know, the Economic Equal Opportunity, whatever that thing is. This a bunch of different organizations. You don't believe me, look it up and you can see it yourself. This man was pushing it to the max. And you would think like, yeah, we're going to get a war on poverty because if we get more government and education and health, we can just nip poverty into the bud, right? But then you start looking at the parameters of that. Single mom, black, low income. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not like these organizations preach ownership. These organizations teach financial literacy. These organizations teach you the importance of...
Kamala Harris had Meg Thee Stallion twerking.
Hey, relax.
Sorry.
You relax.
Sorry.
You relax.
I'm just saying.
But so Okay, so I'm like, I'm looking into this Lyndon Johnson situation, and I'm like, okay, so the idea of it is cool, but then you look at, and this is where I've had a lot of conversations with, because this is what I've seen too. Before I get back on this Lyndon Johnson topic, I got homies that's really in the hood, like, like I know somebody right now that just got sentenced to one count of 48 years, another count of 48 years, and then life in prison. He gone. He ain't gonna see the light of day ever again. I know more people in the graveyard than I do that graduated high school. So when I used to hear people be like, "Oh, you want these white only signs," from these black people that would say that, I'd be like, "You got more white people in your contacts than I do." You know what I'm saying? Like, and there is no real uproar because I'm really from the trenches, the places that you wouldn't go to as a black man. The places that as black people say, "Hey, I ain't gonna go down there and mess with them folk. I'm not finna turn on that side of the corner." So what? Let's not pick and choose it. That's not finna happen. But back to Lyndon Johnson, bro. So the parameters that he's putting on these organizations, you have to fit this mold of nigga. Pretty much. Let's be honest. And it lowers the financial incentive. There's no reason to try to get educated on nothing when in reality the government can take care of what I already need. So I don't. And if then you tell me if I go get more money, you gonna tax the dog piss out of me. So if I go get some more,
I just need just enough to get by.
I just need enough. Sound to me, it's like this putting like patting like this is gonna pat you on the head. Anyway, he on Air Force One, and the governor asked President Lyndon Johnson, "What is the push for this war on poverty?" And he said, "I'll have these niggers voting Democrat for the next 200 years." I'm like, okay.
That man was smart.
Okay, that's the play. If I can keep them in the cage, it's a new age form of slavery.
Yeah. You do it to yourself, though.
You do it to yourself.
Delusion of power. You think that this isn't set up already for you to make these decisions already. If I feed you long enough, take an animal out the zoo and put you back in the wild, you're not going to hunt. If I feed you long enough and give you a check long enough, you're going to get used to that free check.
Right.
You're going to do what it takes to keep that free check. And so you're not going to get no job. You're not going to have a husband in the house. The different things that are required to get that free check, you're going to make sure those boxes are checked. Nothing else, though, because you don't need to.
You think it was like a play to, when I had my mentor in here, he said it was you get the black man out of the household, it gets real dangerous. Like, what do you feel like that pushes? Because now you see it, especially with, there's still this push for division of like, and listen, before I say what I'm about to say, my wife is black.
Mine too.
My mama is black. My sisters are black.
Mine too.
I've seen some of the most strongest black women in my whole life. And I would die behind every single black woman in my life. Because if you play with them, I'm really going to lay down my life behind them. That's straight up. But in the same vein, my sister, I asked my older sister, right? Now, my older sister is very headstrong. She's very dominant. She's very like, you know what I'm saying? And I asked my sister, I said, if you met a man that was I don't want to use the terms in control, but like was a man, bro, took care of what he needed to take care of, authoritative, like he did his thing. I said, would you be submissive? She said, naturally, I would be submissive to a man like that. I just haven't met one.
Yeah.
So I have to be this. I got to take care of myself, so I have to be this. And I listened to this war, which I feel like it is at this point, with black women and black men. Where black woman is like, black men don't care about. I've been seeing that a lot on the internet. Like when Trump got elected, they like black men don't care about black women at all. Like y'all really hate us and woo. What you think that is, bro?
I hate you so much. I voted to keep a man out of your locker room. I hate him so much that I made sure that boys can't compete against my daughter. Exactly. So, I mean, when you really think about it, what they're saying doesn't make sense. And so a lot of it is just regurgitated what they see on TV. And like me and my wife had this conversation the other day when talking about women's health care. And of course, I'm a man. I can't speak on all the facets of women's health care, but as a former first responder and a father who witnessed the birth of all my children. I was in there knee deep with the doctors, you know what I'm saying? Like elbows deep in there. But the push was never from the Democratic side. The push for women's health was never on the complete women's health, the maternal health. It was abortion. That's it. Why not focus on life? Why not focus on life preservation? Why not focus on everybody getting to and through their pregnancy healthy? You know what I mean? Why is the focus on just ending it because you want to, or whatever the reasons are? I'm not gonna go into that. You know what I mean? We'll be here all day. But the focus was on the wrong thing. I mean, if they wanted abortion as a part of that, they should have done that. But as abortion as the only thing to hang their hat on, they didn't do women any kind of service or justice by championing abortion as women's health.
Man, how did we get so bad, bro? How did it turn into this? Like, how did it turn into? Because I'd argue in the 80s when welfare, or maybe that was the 70s, when welfare was introduced, and one of the parameters were the black man can't be in the house. Like, you got to be a single mom. Which did that spark the idea?
Now she got to be hella independent. She got to be masculine. She got to take out her own trash.
Right.
She got to fix her pipes.
So now we got over 50 years of.
And then at the same time, you have little boys growing up with women taking care of them.
And then that turns that little boy into that
a man that expects women to do whatever he wants and take care of him, and then when they don't, he has a fit.
Right.
And that fit may look different for different men. And I'm not saying all men that grow up without mothers are ending up like this, but everybody talks about toxic masculinity, but I see that the majority of these dudes that are toxic masculine, it's really hyper feminine.
For sure.
Because as a masculine man, you're under control.
For sure.
No matter how mad you may be, no matter how much rage is bubbling in your chest, brewing in your chest, you're under control.
I even look at some of those men like, because you know you got some of them feminist women that be really gung-ho on like men are stupid and this and this and that. And even like when they argue with men and they get the demeaning the women like, oh, you're this or you're ugly or this, is like you not even in control to have a you making her point because you losing your control.
Right.
You not even in control to have a conversation of disagreements.
But a man in his life, a real man in his life, would have taught him from a younger age that as a man, you need to be able to control your emotions.
Right.
Because once you get emotional, you've lost.
So now you have these women they've had to come to this point where they've had to be independent. And now it's like, I'd argue it's bitterness, and not bitterness in a sense of not something you could have controlled, but like, so for example, like my pops didn't want nothing to do with me, and my sister warned me when I met her, like, yo, he's not the same. But when I tried to reach out, it was this, no, like it was a black wall. My biological mom took me in. She's like, oh my, like, and we working out our stuff right now, because I kind of came to terms with like, dang, I'm really adopted 30 years later trying to, that's a whole nother situation. Yeah. But that door from Pop's side was always closed. Mm-hmm. Like, nope. You know what I'm saying? Which form bitterness in me? Like, right. Man, all right, bro, I've been rocking without you this long. I'll keep rocking without you now. So do you think that has formed a hardness in their heart? That's a better term. Like a hardness in their heart to where now I really don't care what a man got to say. Even, and now it feels like an attack. So now when you see women that's like, oh, you voted for Trump, you don't care about women, because they don't even, we can't dissect it all the way back down to the root cause of why this happened in the first place.
I don't even think it can definitely form a hardness, right? I mean, having to go through that all on your own. Like my wife always says, like, I don't know how some people do this, you know what I mean? Like raising kids on their own, and like she's telling me she's grateful for the things that I help with around the house and help her with, you know what I mean?
Morgan be saying the same thing.
Just give me my flowers, and I give her flowers too for sure. Y'all out there that, my wife is awesome. She's downstairs hanging out with Morgan right now. But I think that a lot of it is they're tired just from day to day, you know what I mean? Like they don't even have the energy to go deeper into a lot of different things. And then I do think without proper communication, if somebody disagrees with you now, a lot of times people take it as an attack because there is no discourse. There is no trying to see something from somebody else's perspective. You know what I mean? And so if people are now also, you have to think about the mainstream media and the programming that people are receiving and watching. If depending on, like, if you're left leaning, you're just watching MSNBC all day. You know what I mean? Like they watch
CNN.
what they like to hear. And so if all you're hearing is women's rights, women's rights, women's rights, abortion, 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 but not talking about all the things that go into it, like Planned Parenthood selling aborted fetus parts for money and bragging about it and being happy about
Planned Parenthood was created to get rid of black people
by a eugenicist, Margaret Sanger, who also Hillary Clinton says she looks up to. And so when you, like I'm saying, if you really start digging deeper into these things, you see there's an ulterior motive to it, but they preach it to you like it's a benefit. Like I read an interesting article the other day. It was talking about the black population has been at, 12, 13% for like the last 40 years or however long. Mm-hmm. But during that same amount of time, you look at how many black babies have been aborted during that same amount of time. How much more would our population have grown?
For sure.
If just half of those 30, 40 million people were still here.
And that's the thing too.
And now how much voting power would we have?
Bro.
So it's a lot deeper than people are willing and ready to look into.
And I think that's the thing when like I look at that abortion topic, because I'm always like, I've had some really dope conversations with people that voted for Kamala that are willing to like just chop.
And I do believe in exceptions for rape and incest.
Bro.
But let's also have death penalties for rapists and people that commit incest. Like let's solve the problem all the way. Man. You know what I mean? Like I don't plan on. Of course, nobody plans on anybody getting assaulted, and my condolences to anybody that has been. But let's clean that up on the back end and get rid of the people.
You talking
that's
about
doing
attack
this.
The whole issue in a
whole
whole to get better as a collective.
Yeah, don't just threaten me with the scary story of what if your daughter was this and that. Or she was attacked and blah 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 blah. What would you do?
Well, that's I had a really fire conversation with one of the homegirls who she was voting for Kamala, and a lot of her thing was like she a black woman, and just for the mold of breaking that as being a black woman, even though she's not black, but
you ever made greens in a bathtub? Have you ever made anything in the bathtub other than bubbles
or bathtub rings? Because you dirty.
That's it.
But a homegirl, she's smart, and she was saying like some mothers like it really they be having to abort because it's either their life or the other, the child's life. And I told her, I said like you have to understand like we look at this as a broad scale because Trump was saying that it's up to the state.
And that's what it is.
It's up to the state.
All them overturning Roe v. Wade did was make it so it's a states' rights issue. Yeah,
it's a state.
So go vote.
For sure. And for sure, vote locally, 100%.
Because it just got approved here in Arizona. But go ahead.
So like, word. But I'm telling her, I'm like, but if we look at this on a broad perspective, like, because as humans, we naturally, if we get an inch, we take a mile.
Absolutely.
Naturally.
Right.
We had soda was this big. This soda was that big.
For $1 at Wendy's right now.
Chips were this big. Now, bro, a medium from Wendy's is this big.
Hey, but chips is expensive now. They taxing though.
Bro, they taxing. No, you ain't lying. But it's like everything in America, bro. I had one of the homies came from Europe. He live in Holland.
Shock.
And he over here, bro. The first night he was here, he threw up.
Too much.
He was like, bro, like I've never. He said,
all the chemicals,
bro. He said your grocery stores are huge. Like everything is huge. Everything is big in America. Like the sodas are big. Everything is big.
Big boxes of processed stuff.
Bro,
you need space.
His refrigerator. So you know them like little mini refrigerators.
The office fridge. That's their fridge.
That's their fridge.
Because they shop instead of us how we bulk shop. Yeah. A lot of us they shop multiple times throughout the week,
bro. And
everything fresh.
Portion control.
Yeah.
It's not. You know what I'm saying? So and I use that example to say like. Just because, and I'm talking to whoever's listening right now, just because if you've ever had a situation, and God forbid, this is you, and if it is you, I empathize with you.
Right.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. But understand your situation now to the other person where you use abortion as birth control, you can't take advantage of that because then you have to put parameters on that.
Bro,
because for your own sake, how many abortions can your body handle?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta like, and then we have to be super honest and be like, How
What's the
accountable?
percentage of abortions that are elective versus medically necessary due to rape, due to incest, or the mother's medically necessary, a health emergency that the mother's life?
Like the percentages of them?
Yeah, I
don't
seen
know.
it. I don't know how factual it was, but what I seen it was at least 60+%.
That's a good question. Let's Google it. You said
Um,
how many?
the percentage of elective abortions. But again, it's also like in Arizona, it was already legal up to 16 weeks. That's 4 months, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that baby got a heart.
Like how much time you need.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, why, you know what I mean? And so a lot of it is like you said, if you're gonna take an inch, if you give an inch, people gonna take a mile.
Yeah.
And so a lot of it, where people had issues, or in my opinion at least, people had issues with there's no limitations,
Right.
bro. And people are trying to say that's not true. And you can call an abortion center right now. Maybe not right now, but before, when Roe v. Wade was still in,
Yeah.
and they'd tell them like, hey, I'm 34 weeks and I just want to make an appointment, whatever. Can I do it?
So according to Gut Matcher Institute, only 1 to 3% of abortions in the United States are performed for medical reasons. The majority of abortions are performed for social and economic reasons, such as finance or relationship status.
Okay, and then let's also talk about the fact all those elective abortions are 100. Those elective abortions due to pregnancy, that pregnancy is 100% avoidable. You don't have to get pregnant. It's not the flu. The storks ain't dropping babies off at your door. You don't catch a pregnant. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it does take some effort. So at what point do people have some accountability?
And I think that's the question that we really need to. That is the biggest thing where I'm like, I would love to just sit down, like because the thing is I feel like what happens is there's radical. Because I feel like you and I are the same. We not far right. We not far left. We in the middle.
I got some questions.
Yeah. Like, I feel like socially, bro, like, if I'm being honest, socially, I'm a liberal, bro. Like, I'm a liberal. I don't give a damn what you do. I don't care. You could be gay, straight, trans. You can have a tail. I don't care what you identify as.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone, bro. We could be cool, bro. We could be cool. All that. Don't get to forcing me to. Hey, bro. We could be cool.
And you can even share your opinion with me, but don't talk to me as if your opinion is the gospel.
That's all I'm saying.
As if it's bona fide, proven fact.
Because
you know what I mean?
so look, I'm gonna tell y'all know I believe in Jesus. He tatted on my arm. Not everybody around me believe in Jesus. I don't force Jesus down everybody's throat. I don't. But that's for me in my house.
Right.
That's it.
It is what it is.
That's it, bro. Like, I ain't gotta be Deuteronomy 19. I don't gotta do that. I don't gotta do that.
Praise the Lord, brother. How you doing?
I don't gotta do that, bro. Like, it be so crazy, bro. But back to, like, so I'm saying, like, so and all of this, I feel like the root cause of all of this is from the stuff that you have been researching of population control, media propaganda, and like all of, like, where do you, that book, what's the book?
Behold the Pale Horse.
It had a date on it.
Oh, in 1984 by George Orwell.
How much of that book has came true?
I think it was like a warning, bro. Like, hey, don't let this happen.
What is, for those that don't know, explain what that book talks about, brother.
Really, it's like a dystopian setting, you know what I mean? And George Orwell, it talks about this guy, Winston, man, and his, I guess, trials, you would call it, or just living under this big brother nanny state, I guess you would call it. Super controlling government, super invasive, spying on everybody's doings, their whereabouts. If you don't think the right way or say the right things, they tell on you. You face penalties. The media and the government, they lie to the people blatantly. For example, I may get this wrong, but roughly, they talked about chocolate rations, right? And so let's say chocolate rations were 50 rations per person per week. And then they dropped down to 35 another week. And now that following week, they come back and say, hey, guess great news, guys. Rations are all the way back up. Everybody gets 40 rations. Well, originally they was 50. And y'all acting like these 50 never existed. And I'm supposed to celebrate being at 40 now because we're not at 35 no more. But y'all still played me because I'm still short 10.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And so
Absolutely.
It gives, I guess, fictional examples of what to expect.
Yeah.
One of the things they talk about is everybody has a screen with the camera in their living areas. And that camera is two-way. So you can see them, but the person on the other side of the camera can see you as far as the government control. And so they make people get up, stretch, do these routines, whatever. And you have to be in view of your camera, like our Zoom chats at work and shit, working remote. But yeah, so it's a trip, bro. It's a trip.
When was that book wrote? When it was in 2024.
Nah, this book is. Let me see.
It was, and this is the thing for everybody that's watching this podcast right now. This isn't to view you and make you swing in a certain direction. I just challenge you.
1949.
1949 is when that book was written.
Yep.
Like I said, this specifically. Now, me and my cousin go down rabbit holes on this all the time.
We just ask questions.
You have to ask questions. The older I become, the more I be like, Especially in this entrepreneurial route that I took, and I started dabbling, and I started, having some success in real estate, and I started meeting people, understanding the U.S. Treasury yield and
different.
what that means to the real estate market, understanding the percentages that banks are lending to each other and how a bank can have $100,000 and get $1 million loan from thin air.
Fractional reserve banking.
Can have $100 million and get $1 billion out of thin air. As long as you have the asset as collateral to support what you're trying to get lended from.
And as long as everybody don't come and withdraw their cash at the same time.
That's why I looked at the U.S. Treasury when we were talking about it, right? Right now it's 4.3. Typically, the real estate market is 100 basis points above the U.S. Treasury yield. So really, real estate rates should be 5.3 right now. But because of inflation, the last time I checked, they were 7.01. I'll give you the most accurate number. I'll check it right now.
But celebrate because it's not at 8.
Let's celebrate because it's not at 8. Bro.
Do you see what I'm saying? You still get played.
You still get, but this is the part that's crazy. So they 6.92 because they dropped the basis points 25. But anyway, so I'm starting to realize, like, if I pull out, and my broker kind of broke this down to me kind of fire. He said, if I pull out a $50 bill and I hand you 50, let me get your phone, $50. We feel like that's a fair exchange. You can agree that your phone is worth 50. I have it. I give it to you. You go downstairs, and Brandy's like, hold up. How you get that 50? But then Brandy holding a cup that you think is worth $50. You hand her 50. She give you the cup. That 50 spins as 50 every single time.
Yep.
I pull out my credit card, though, or my debit card, and I say, let me get that phone. That's 50. You pull out your credit card. Let me get that cup. That's 48. Brandy, oh, Morgan, I like them shoot. That's 45. I'm like, every time you swipe, there's money that is being lost. So I'm like, the banking, like when you start understanding finance and how these banking structures are, I'm like, yo. And the Bible say again, and I know I said I wasn't going to shove this down nobody's throat, but I'm going to just bring this up. In the scripture, it say, for lack of knowledge, my people will perish. He's referring to, like, not getting into heaven. But that same rule applies to life, because for lack of knowledge, for what you don't know, you be looking ignorant. And you could be loud and ignorant, bro. You could be loud and ignorant, bro.
Ignorance is bliss.
Boy, is it.
People be out here just happy to not know what they don't know.
And the thing that be getting me, G, is when I be meeting all these people that's millionaires, like this dude told me, he said, you want to know the secret to wealth? I said, what is it? He said, no debt, good credit.
Yeah.
If you have no debt and good credit, you are wealthy. That's it. Because the borrower is going to be slave to the lender. Zero debt, good credit. You wealthy.
Yes, sir.
You wealthy. And I'm like, it's this, everybody that I meet that's really massive successful, they got this common denominator where they're like, I hate using this term woke because it's stupid. And I don't like it. It's retarded. But they understand what
they're aware.
They're aware. That's good. They are aware. Hey, I'm not falling for that.
All right.
Hey, not falling for that either. Bro, my camera done tweaked on me. My bad.
We back.
My fault. Anyway.
Can you hear me? Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, we back. Say something?
Yeah, we good.
We good. Yeah, we in the business. But yeah, bro, it's like they're aware. They're aware. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what this episode is really for. Is I just want people to think.
Just look up.
And look, bro, whether you voted for Trump, whether you voted for Kamala, whether you voted for your mama, it don't matter. You need to think, bro, and stop believing everything that you hear. Because I'm telling you, not everything you hear is legit, bro. Like, not everything you hear. You got to understand, bro, you've told a lie. You have. Your mama told a lie, too. Your mama told a lie. Your
she
sister,
told you Santa was real.
They told you Santa was real.
To your face.
Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny, all that hard work she done did.
If y'all still believe in Santa, I'm sorry. Not sorry.
It's your parents.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand, when you get high up this ladder in this political position of power, do you mean to tell me y'all was so shocked? Now, when all this Diddy stuff started happening and Jeffrey Epstein and all these celebrities coming out being freaks, y'all was so shocked. Like, no, ain't no way Diddy was. I was in music in 2019. I was on a tour bus. I ain't going to say whose tour bus it was, but, hey, if you watching this, you know who it was, bro. And, hey, Culturati, you was there. We listening to these stories these people are telling. We found out that the industry ain't what it is, bro.
Sir.
Everybody's lying, bro. And I'm talking about this is somebody that is very known. He's in the game. Lying. He rocked Rolling Stone, 20,000 people with Billie Eilish. He was there on stage signing autographs.
Yeah.
I had a personal conversation with him. It's not what it seems, bro. Y'all have to think, bro, and go get some ownership, bro. Go buy some real estate. Go find that hustle that's going to make you some bread. Go figure out a plan for you and do not rely on your employer because I'm telling you, you are a number. You are a number, bro. If they wake up on Monday morning and they tired of seeing your face, they have the power to fire you, bro.
That's facts.
They have the power to fire you, or they have the power to make your life a living hell for you to quit. That's not the position you want to be in. I know you got to go. I know you got a dream. I know you've been thinking about doing something. Go jump and go figure that out.
And if entrepreneurship is not for you, go get a high-paying skill.
Talk about it.
There's so much free information. Like, I'm self-taught.
Straight up.
In everything but the Fire Academy. So, like, behavioral health, I didn't go to school for that.
Yep.
This tech stuff, I ain't go to school for that.
Come on.
It's all available online and real-world experience. And so there's no excuse to be stuck anywhere. You know what I mean? And if you're in a job where your job can easily be done by somebody else and you're not adding value at your position to where you're hard to replace,
right,
then that's your fault.
We're literally in the age of information.
You have Chat GPT and all this AI. Do you know how efficient you could be and look like a superhero at work,
bro,
for 2 seconds of your time?
Literally in the age of information.
But it takes a little bit of effort, a little bit of research. If you my age, you 35 plus, y'all should be able to research with no problem because we got to flip through encyclopedias and dictionaries.
Boy.
So now being able to get on the computer, sliding through the library, Dewey Decimal System, bro. What?
Remember they used to be color coordinated in the library.
Man, and
be hyped
whatever 155.6. Like, bruh.
The computers to look it up.
I'm telling you, but now you can pull your phone out and look up anything in the world at any time.
Bro,
There's no excuse.
I asked ChatGPT about basis points, and ChatGPT gave me like 16 paragraphs.
Bro,
Like,
cheat code for anybody. If you want to just understand something real quick, just a quick understanding, don't got to be all the way in the weeds. Ask ChatGPT to explain whatever topic to you like you're 5.
it's real.
And it'll break it down to you talking about sandboxes and toy trucks, but it'll be in an analogy that's very digestible.
Yeah.
And then you kind of work your way up from there. But you know
Yeah.
what I mean? You got to figure out how you learn. But yeah, man, there's no excuse these days, man. People got to be able to make themselves of value.
Now, look, you said something. I'm going to take y'all back down the rabbit hole one more time, and then we're going to start to wrap this up because we almost had an hour. But you said, ain't it funny?
Oh, yeah. So ain't it funny that everything that America declares war on, there's more of. And so you have the war on drugs. What happened? It's crackheads outside right now. Not outside of here, but it's crackheads.
Yeah, I was, just disclaimer.
Not over here.
I
Not
live
over here.
in a good neighborhood.
We nice over here. There's no nothing over here. But, bro, it's crackheads outside, bums outside right now. War on
Van
drugs.
Buren is crazy.
What? McDowell.
Right now.
75th and McDowell right now. It's a community right now. Hitting a pipe right now.
For sure.
War on drugs did nothing.
War on poverty.
War on poverty. It's homeless encampments everywhere.
Bro.
War on poverty did nothing. War on terror. What? Excuse me. Sorry. We ain't even got, you been there. I ain't even got to say nothing.
I've been there. I got homies that, shout out to everybody I served with, bro.
Appreciate
shout out
y'all.
to Old RSI's Lead the Way.
Veterans Day coming up. Appreciate y'all.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Respect.
The wings. Yeah. No, that's real, though.
But yeah.
That's real. Why is that?
Because I'm sure a lot of people have heard the saying or the phrase, the military industrial complex, right? And so it's the businesses that are attached to the military industry, war industry, that make money through various government contracts, building weapons, supplying the troops, government buildings, whatever, right? This war machine needs to be fed. And so people get these contracts to feed and resupply this machine. And so you take that same concept, but instead of bombs and bullets over in the Middle East, you have the war on drugs here, and now you have all these non-government organizations getting free government contracts to help people when really everybody's just a number to them. Or a lot of people, not all these places are like that, but a lot of them, the people are just a number. And so, but you're getting guaranteed money. I've worked in a lot of these group homes and things like that. I've seen it. And so just how people get down and abuse the contracting system when it's guaranteed money coming from insurance or whatever. And so a lot of people stand to make money off of these different war on, you name it. And so people lobby to make these things happen. And so war on terror, war on poverty, war on drugs, like it's all the same. You get more of whatever it is they're going to war on because they're not really going to war on it. In my opinion, they're just laundering money to their homies in these different industries.
Ooh.
In my opinion.
Please don't cancel us.
I have no facts on that. No works cited
gonna
page.
get canceled.
Just my opinion. Because, I just watch and I just make observations. I could be right. I could be wrong. But I'm just saying, man, it might be something worth looking into.
What do you think the state of, so with Trump being in office now, what do you think's going to happen, bro?
I think a lot of people, a couple things going to happen. I think a lot of people are going to lose their mind just because that wasn't supposed to happen to them. They shot him, remember? He wasn't supposed to make it this far. A lot of people are going to lose their mind. We already see it. I have fun watching liberal meltdown videos when I get bored and people spazzing out. All these women cutting their hair. Y'all should at least, bro, if y'all going to go that far and chop your hair off, at least go to the barbershop and get a clean fade.
My son said they had a group called 4Bs. My oldest.
Oh, yeah.
Where they refusing to get.
They're
refusing
to be sluts. Imagine that.
Is that what it is?
I mean, in men terms, yeah. They're saying that they're not going to give men affection. They're not going to have sex with men for, I don't know, whatever.
Why all the hatred towards men, bro?
Hey, but it was wild, bro. Me and my wife was talking about this because we have very left-leaning family members, right? She does, I do too. And so, and then we see the things on the internet and all that. And so of all the things that they call Republicans and Trump supporters and violent and racist and fascist and all these things, right? All the name calling and stuff comes from the left. And people that find out that you may have voted for Trump or you didn't support Kamala Harris, especially as a straight heterosexual black man, I get told I hate myself, I'm a coon, I hate my mom, I'm dumb, I'm uneducated. What else? I mean, all these things, bro. We're deranged, we're
It's
delusional.
like you're the minority now.
Yeah, we're crazy,
You're
homie.
the
We're like, all the things that they project on the Republicans and saying that they're gonna do, they're actively doing it, and they're so delusional they don't even see it. You know what I mean?
That's always the part that blew my mind was like, you got billionaires that'll tell you that the rich people are bad. Like,
she didn't have not one Home Depot worker up on that stage, man.
you literally like, and then it's this whole push for the middle class.
You brought Beyonce and Taylor Swift to tell me about rich people?
LeBron? Like LeBron ain't no, like he not a billionaire out loud?
What are we talking about?
I'm like, so opposed to just putting people in a position. Now, mind y'all was just mad at LeBron for the nepotism. We was just mad at him for that. But then we all standing behind LeBron because he wanted to vote for Kamala. But we was just mad that this is the part where I be like, you have to think.
Selective outrage.
You have to look at it as a whole. If ain't no, I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. I've made the most money learning from people that are right-leaning individuals.
Because they move based on facts and not emotions.
I've been patted on the head like, oh, this isn't for you yet.
Right.
By people that lean to the left.
The most racism I've encountered is by, especially mental health. Woo, boy. Being an advocate for black boys and behavioral health is something that's extremely necessary because it's a field that's largely represented by liberal white women. And so how disingenuous they move is alarming. It's a lot of like covert racism. And so, like you said, this isn't for you right now. And so, for example, I had a kid that would turn up in class and flip desks, be bad or whatever when it got to math because he struggled with math. And so instead of getting to the root and helping him not struggle with math no more and being a better teacher, their solution was he don't got to do math. But the rest of the world is still counting. And so when now this boy goes out into the world,
right?
How much more mad is he gonna get?
My son's counselor at his high school, we were going over his schedule, and he was like, he only has like 4 classes.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you could just do online school. You could graduate in December.
And be out.
And you could be back, you could be starting your life in January, come back in May when it's time to walk. But you would have had like 5 months ahead of everybody else that was in school. So we sit down with her and we like, yeah, so, this is the play or whatever. And at the time, Elijah was still, and I tell him, like, I never faulted him for being 18 because you've only been 18 one time. Right. So I can imagine in your brain, this is your last time in school and now it's life. So you're scared. We all were scared.
Yep.
But I'm trying to just navigate it. I'm trying to navigate him through this the best way, trying to just cope with him. We go sit down with this lady. And the way that she's wording it, like
you don't understand that.
We've only had one kid do it. Like, my daughter did it, and my daughter's really smart. And she did it, but she barely did it.
If mine had a hard time, who do you think you are coming in here?
Mine had a hard, right. So I'm starting to fume at this point because I'm like, he's already scared, bro. Like, anytime, like, bro, my broker, right? We on this little 100K challenge. They feel me. Like, I be like, and mind you, my broker is a white man and a white woman. And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm trying to get me my, I'm trying to get a crib. What kind of house you want? Like, I want a house like what's the house? Oh, I got a basketball court in there. You could do it. You could do it. Yeah, if you do this and you do that, you could do it. That's not, it's perspective, right? Like, this is how they talking to me. It's empowering. You could do it. Yeah, you could do it.
It's exposure. They seen it before.
It's not, man, you might want to just start small. Mm-hmm. And then, no, I know you can do it.
And I'm going to tell you how.
So she's telling my 18-year-old son that he can't do 4 online classes and they're going to be so hard. And I'm watching him fly through business math.
Yeah.
I'm watching him not study and ace every test. I'm watching him skip the little, you get the homework assignments and they got the little, you got it, whatever. He's skipping through that, going straight to the part where you got to take the test to get a grade on it. And he passing it.
Testing out.
I'm watching him do it.
Right.
I'm like, and he's coming home like, the teacher ain't teaching me nothing, bro. Like, he's a bad teacher. I'm having to teach myself this. So we be at the table like, oh, yeah, this is how financial math works. This is, whoa.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm hot, bro. Because I'm like, you low-key just degraded the hell out of my child, bro. But I'm not finna embarrass him and be that parent, be what you expect me to be, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever, woo. I get in the car, I'm fuming. I'm like, she done plays, like, woo. But I know now, because it's his counselor and your whole job is supposed to get them ready to graduate, you know what I'm saying? Now, he's thinking like, okay, I'm in the clear, my counselor, and I'm like, Elijah, she not gonna remember your name.
You just a number.
She not gonna remember your name, bro.
She just needs a certain amount of y'all to walk.
That's it, cool. Bro. She not finna remember none of that. Bro, now granted, when I was graduating high school my senior year, I had a full schedule each semester. I had online classes. I was in a little situation at the time where, I had help to get my stuff done. But in the same vein, I did it, and I had way more than 4 classes.
Right.
I had 10 times more than that.
Right.
I had a lot of classes to take to graduate. So I'm like, don't tell him he can't do it, bro.
You don't have no valid reason as to why. Like, he ain't showing you no reason or nothing in the past why he can't do this.
The boy
You just
took
off rip saying he
physics
can't.
for fun.
Yeah, nah.
He took physics for fun and got a B. Back. You feel what I'm saying?
And so that's why I said that covert racism, where it's still intentional, but I'm gonna do it with a smile on my face to where you think I'm doing you a favor.
And because we not educated enough, we feel
you
like
see
it's
the
a
smile.
favor. We feel like it's, and I done been there, bro.
They didn't call you a nigger, bro, so it was good.
I tried to get into luxury real estate when I first got into real estate. I was trying to go big, bro, because I'm watching these videos on my phone like, oh, this is the same as this. And you can go get into, so I go into these good old boy, you know what I'm saying? I go over there and I'm like, yeah, let me, I put on my Sunday's best. And I show up at the time. I had my little 328i BMW. I thought I was doing something. And I remember I walked in, and I ain't going to tell you the dude's name. I'll tell you when we get off here. Yeah. But he looked at me. He like, you Jake. Now, mind you, I called him. Like, hey, I'm going to come meet you. I'm in the process of getting my real estate license. I'd love to, come work for your brokerage. Yeah, come down here, whatever. I come down there. I walk in the house. It's a nice house, Paradise Valley. And he see me. He's like, how many houses have you sold? I said, no, I told you on the phone, I'm just in the process of getting my real estate license, but I would love to learn and, whatever, He was like, yeah, I think that this isn't really your area. Like, he was like, I think you'd be great in, like, Gilbert and Mesa, maybe Peoria, Avondale. Like, I don't think you really want to, this is a little different.
These ain't nigga pies. These is whites only pies.
And this same gentleman had a Kamala Harris sign on his Instagram.
Yeah.
The same gentleman.
She's married to a white man.
That's screaming that black people need.
Yeah. How is it a white person going to tell black people what black people need? Like, they showed a video of Kamala Harris' HQ team, right? And, I mean, anybody can have whatever campaign team they want, whatever. But for her to be so pro-black and pro-people of color and all this shit, there was one speck of pepper in that pot of clam chowder, boy.
Man. It's interesting, bro.
And so she's so contradictory. Like, if you ask a Kamala Harris supporter, besides the fact she's not Trump, why you support her? Why should I support her? Can't give me no reason.
I think Michelle Obama would have been.
She would have lost too.
You think so? I think people rocking behind Michelle, bro. I think Michelle
she would have got more of the black vote
for sure.
But the thing is, people are off Democrats, homie. They doing too much. They did too much. They too much, bro. You can't say shit. You can't do shit. You gotta let everybody do shit. Like, at the same time, you gotta tolerate everybody's shit. Like, And now it's past the point of tolerance. They want you to accept it and participate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said, I'm like you, bro. Do what you do. Don't put it on my TV, though. I didn't turn to that channel.
For sure.
If I wanted to watch that, I would seek it out.
Right.
Don't throw it in my face.
Right.
And so people off that. You know what I mean? All this, everything politically correct. You can't say shit. Like, but niggas, you know, it's always a free pass on nigga. Everybody gets a hall pass. Nobody gets canceled for saying nigga. But say anything else, bro.
Everybody do get off.
How that work?
That's real, though.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just one of them, man. Like, you watch her campaign. She come out talking about black people and her plan for black people. To me, it felt like 7 o'clock Sunday night, and you like, fuck, I got project due tomorrow, 8:30. Shit.
Be that little king of cram.
Fuck.
Hey,
All right, what these niggas like?
I'm
Hold
finna-
on.
I'm finna be up till 12:30 getting this done.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, she didn't even stay up that long. Bro, her original, when she came out, when they finally said she was running, her platform still had Joe Biden name all through it.
Man.
Like, everything, bro. That's why I said this shit is bogus as hell. But
It's
she
a-
made $1 billion. Raised $1 billion. Campaign ended in $20 million in debt.
For real?
For real.
I ain't know that.
Are you a money man? I know you. I know that one to get you. They raised $1 billion for
You
her
20
presidential
million in debt.
campaign and is $1 billion in debt. But when you paying for all these fucking concerts, what you
that's what got
expect?
me, bro. I'm like, that's the thing about like, and I'm finna get off this Kamala stuff because it's over with that.
It's
but
funny to me.
It is funny.
I crack up.
But it's just like that whole like protect your daughter and like people's.
Pull at your heartstrings, but don't give you nothing to stand on.
Bro, it's like I woke up this morning and I looked at my daughter and I was so scared. Like, what
And
are
then-
you scared of?
Bro, my 9-year-old son noticed that no man that they put forth to speak to people was a strong heterosexual male. Not a strong heterosexual black man. Any black man they showed you was soft or of the other persuasion. And then they thought D.L. Hughley was going to be the one to host a town hall to tell black men anything about protecting black women when he didn't protect his own black daughter. When his homie came to, or she said his homie was sexually assaulting her and he did nothing about it.
Now, you know, if you bring that type of accountability up, that's the type that get people real mad.
Well, I mean, now's the wrong time to get mad. Don't get mad at me. You should have got mad at that nigga. Don't bring that down this way, nigga.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger, bruh.
Bruh, you had your chance to get mad. Better calm down, tough guy.
Hey, because this 45 hurt, bruh.
Man, I'm dying on me right now.
45 hurt, bruh.
Call it
I
my
hate
wireless
that-
hole puncher.
Don't do that. Nah, I'm
Man.
already doing- Yeah, bro. Like I said, the whole purpose of this podcast, you know, obviously these are conversations that I know y'all be having at the house, but we just bold enough
We
to
gonna
have it
say
on
the
camera.
shit that y'all been thinking.
For sure. For sure. Because at the end of the day, if you lose the power to think, what do you have?
And see, that's on that same vein in that 1984 thoughts. What was it? Double speak was a thing, is a theme in there. And so saying one thing that means two different things. And then there were thought crimes. And so if you were accused of thinking the wrong thing that didn't align with the party, you were to be punished. And so if you look at how the Democrats was moving, if I control your words, I control your thoughts. Because you could only use certain thoughts to articulate your point, or certain words to articulate your point, right? But if I take certain words off the table, you almost have to change your thoughts. If your thesaurus ain't deep. You know what I mean?
What's the book called one more time?
That's at 1984 by George Orwell.
Go read it.
It
Go
was
read
written
it.
in 1949.
I challenge y'all, bro. Regardless of how you feel, this whole conversation, like I said, is to get you to think. It's to get you to. Ain't nobody telling you to think how we think. Ain't nobody telling you that you got to agree with how we agree. You can watch this whole thing like they just rambling,
These
and I don't
motherfuckers
want
crazy.
Yeah, and it might be that. I'm a good guy and Cole a good guy. I promise you that. I promise you. I bet you we hung out for a day, you'd fall in love. I bet you that you'd be like, man, these are probably some of the coolest people since
These
sliced
niggas
bread.
is funny.
For real. But at the end of the day, you are allowed to think for free, ladies and gentlemen. You are allowed to question.
It's still legal.
It's still legal. I know for a fact when you was growing up and your mama told you that you had to do something, you said, why? So if you ain't have no hesitation questioning the woman that brought you into this world, you better question these people that's trying to tell you where to spend your money. You better question these people that's telling you how you need to raise your kid. Right. How you need to, because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care what your sexual preference is, it should not be pushed on a child at all.
What you do at home ain't nobody business.
Straight up.
That's it.
Straight up. I don't want to see a man and a woman kissing on TV with my 8-year-old daughter there.
Man, I be saying the same thing.
I don't care if it's a man or a woman. I don't want no man. I don't want no woman. I don't want no nut. My daughter is 8. You better put on a Dr. Seuss little novel.
Bro,
and let
I
her
wish
rock.
they would have a label like how they have for everything else. LGBTQ, A+, BB, whatever the fuck, themes in this movie. Like they do for everything else. Violence, gore, sexual,
parental
drugs,
advisory,
everything. You know what I mean? Like put that parental advisory on there. Stop sliding that shit in the cartoons, homie.
Right.
Or if you're going to put in the cartoon, let niggas know.
Right.
My kids won't watch that shit.
Right.
We was watching Craig of the Creek, and the little nigga had a crush on Craig. I said, turn this shit off.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
What does that have to do with the story?
These niggas was on adventures in the neighborhood. I can relate. I used to do the same shit.
Right.
Now they paint each other's nails and like, bruh.
Like what happened to Jumanji, bro? Like the board turned the house into a rainforest, and now you got to get about the crib. Like
there's no imagination.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing's original. Everything is remakes. All the music is covers and renditions of old songs.
Man,
nothing's original no more, bro.
Bro.
Because all these kids now never had a chance to be bored.
Speaking of music, bro, I'm almost to the point where I'm off of rap music, bro. I'm almost off.
Listen to old shit.
I be listening to Afrobeat, like who I been listening to? This dude.
Nah, but shout out K-Dot though. You won that shit.
J. Cole's still the best rapper in the United States in the world. Craig. Jermaine Cole from Fayetteville. For those that you don't know, that's Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Smoke ducking. I shoulda, woulda, coulda. J. Cole.
I wouldn't have lost a battle. I would have lost a bro.
I shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Just because
I would have beat you though. But I didn't want to hurt you.
Just because you ain't used the gun don't mean the gun ain't deadly.
But if you ain't using, niggas ain't dead, so it don't matter.
I would have lost a bro. I wouldn't have won a battle.
It's a battle.
I would have lost a bro. They wanted blood. He
it
told
could be
you
a friendly
what
fade.
It was not friendly.
I know, because J. Cole didn't want to keep it, or Drake didn't want to keep it that way.
So now where does that leave J. Cole when we was just trying to rap and then y'all, it's like you like, all right, bro, we all finna go bodies. All right, cool. And you and the homie get a little light one in, and then you and the other homie start going, but then he jaw you, and then you jaw him back, and then y'all really start fading, and now you standing there like, dang. You know what I'm saying? While the homies is really getting down, and you like, I got hands, but I thought we was just going bodies, bro.
But then while they was getting down, you went to the other side and was like, hey, y'all, I'm really sorry. I thought it was corny. I think it's really corny that I wanted to shoot bodies with these niggas. And now I'm not, because I'm sorry. You know, please forgive me. I'm going to go over here and shoot some hoops real quick.
No.
And then after the phase over, you want to come back and be like, yeah, nigga, because y'all know, you know what I'm saying?
First of all,
I would have put it on you, you know what I mean? I would have knocked your ass out and we couldn't be friends no more.
He twisted that way further than he should have twisted that, okay?
That's
it
how
was
that
really,
shit went, bro.
It was really like the homie started fading, and he is like, dang, bro, I thought we was
just my bad.
Like,
I don't want no smoke.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought, like, when I was talking at first, I thought it was cool. And then y'all just really turned it into something I wasn't anticipating. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just step back and let y'all, because obviously y'all got some real issues.
He admitted it was the
y'all
corniest shit he's ever done.
I got some real issues y'all need to get off y'all chest.
But now they got said issues off their chest. And now you come back to front and center and say what?
Hey, everybody cool?
I would have beat both y'all niggas up, but I didn't want to.
He didn't say that. He's so whack. Look, I'm finna end this, bro. Hey, look, man. Subscribe. I know this episode was
a little
different.
Chaotic, a little
you know
different,
what I'm saying?
You know.
But like you said, that's the whole thing with Don't Fold Podcast. This is what again, the whole reason of this is to get y'all to think. The whole reason of this is to get y'all to really dive in. This, like I said, it's my blood cousin. So this episode gonna be a lot more informal because it's my family, bro, and that's how we coming, bro. That's how we coming. But we got more episodes on the way. Cole definitely gonna be back. We got a whole thing that we gonna do. We probably should make that a series, like a cruise the internet, like a think kind of. You know what I'm saying? Nah, no. Trying to take Andy Frisella's cruise the internet, but
shout out to Hard as Fuck.
Yeah. But like something that allows us to come and think. This whole platform is a place where you can come, and be honest. Democrats, liberals,
everybody
gay, straight,
welcome.
trans, everybody come.
Everybody welcome.
And I even want y'all to express y'all view. We not here to argue. We just here to chat, bro. We here to understand each other and grow and love each other as one. Because we only got this planet one time. We only got this life one time. And then it's over with. So,
Big fact.
Love y'all. Be smooth. Don't fold. Cole, appreciate you, my boy.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
And we out of here, my boy.